better. Anyway, can't believe I'm working Good Friday. So I'm back in the workshop, and I'm picking up where I left off on the BMW e30. So anyway, this is where I'm at now. I'll show you what I've been doing. So I've got the car masked up. There's a few bits obviously that I primed in the last video. So I've wet flat the side, I've wet flat that primer. I've got the car masked up. I've put this body line on here, this stone guard line. There's a bit of masking hanging down there that doesn't want to be there. I'll have to push that back up. So it's all going to need a good wipe down, and then it's going to be pretty much ready to go. The wing is up on the trestle. I've got it on there because I'm going to blow a bit on the inside as well. Obviously I repaired that lower wing section, so you can see that there. So yeah, that's where we're at. Anyway, I'm going to mix some paint, get it all cleaned down and start painting the car. Right, let's be getting some paint mixed then. Put some gloves on. That's the stuff. Mixer. Give it a stir. Yeah, let's have a look. Could do a light down here. We'll go up to there with that, and we'll go up to there with that. Little bit of that. That'll do me. That'll do me, Charbler. That can go back on there. Give it a stir. It's quite thick, that. A bit more. Right, we'll get a strainer, wherever they are. Strainer. Got a couple in here. Make sure that's tight. Make sure that's wound in so it doesn't piss paint everywhere. And it sounds like it's raining outside again. Surprise, fucking surprise. Right, we'll let that drain into there. So yeah, masked it up the way I've masked it up. So I'm painting the mouldings because they've already been painted before. That's already been painted before. I'm just going over the old paint work really. It's going to look 10 times better than what it did because it was absolutely fucking horrendous. It was horrendous. So I'm going to give it a good freshen up. And then by the time I've given it a bit of a flat and polish, in fact it won't even need a flat and a polish, but I'll give it one anyway. So right, yeah. This here wants pushing up because I don't want a hard line there. Get that pushed up out the way. Give it a tack off. Why is that on there like that? Oh, paint everywhere. That wants to go in the bin bag, but the bin bag's outside, so that can go down there for now. I'll get this on. I'm actually going to drain the compressor because that's frozen that now. That'll do. Fucking tripped up like an idiot. God knows how water gets through these, but it sometimes does. Yeah, so we want to be giving it a rub down with some of these. So that is that. Look at the fucking shit in there. Stick this fan on. I don't think I'm going to need any heat. So this is just a cheap blowover. It's already had a cheap shit job. So yeah, unless he wants to spend a fortune, this is all it's going to get really. Anyway, we're almost ready. Mask. Now we'll let that tack off a bit and then I'll put another coat on. So I've just checked the car before I put the second coat on, and there is a load of silicons in it, or there's just a load of, I don't know, something in it. Anyway, it doesn't look good. I'm going to have to put some paint on and dry it as I'm putting it on to try and bury it. I've degreased the panel umpteen times. It's been cleaned, degreased, it's been wiped down. I don't know. Some you win, some you lose. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and see if I can bury these sinkages. Tell you what it is there, I've just mixed up a bit more paint, and some some ends, just mix up a bit more end, and I'm going to get the ends on, so it'll be three coats. It's starting to look better on the two coats, but I'm going to put a third coat on. I think there's a few more bits on the wing. I'm just going to put a bit of paint on and dry it, and then I'll put a final finish coat on top of that, and a final finish coat on the rest of the side. Anyway, let's get cracked on. For prick. Well, that'll do. There's a few runs, but it is cod. It's cod. So I've not put the heater on because I didn't want it to kick dust up. Well, there's a bit of dust in it anyway. But I probably should have wet the floor. But I was thinking this time of year I would have got away with painting it without putting the heater on. So we'll see. A couple of runs. Chances are I'll probably flat them out anyway. So yeah, but it's looking a lot better than it was anyway. I'm high as a kite. I'm going to get out of here and get in the house. Three coats of paint on the car, and as you've just seen, I've got the heat lamps on that wing, just trying to get that wing to go off. As soon as it's hardened, I'll get that bolted onto the car. Obviously I want to get this car together. I want to get it mobile as soon as possible so I can get it out of the workshop, because I'm wanting to get my TZR 250 out the garage. It's that time of year. The weather's actually not been bad today. I would have probably had to run out on the bike today if the weather was better, but behind that doors is the TZR 253 MA, and yeah, it's not going to come out until I move this car. So that's the paintwork. It's not great. Pity we've had the like silicone sinkages. God knows why. I've wiped it, cleaned it down, everything's clinical. I'm going through loads of air traps. Sometimes it just happens. Whether something's been in my bucket, I don't know, but I did clean the bucket out. It's only had washing up liquid in it with the water when I wet flatted it down. Anyway, I can only wait for this to dry and give it a flat off and a polish up and see what it looks like. And if I have to flat off and paint some bits on it again, then that's what I'll have to do. But 90% of the time, sinkages, they do just actually flat out polish up. So I've had a look at these sinkages anyway, because it's bothering me. And what I've done is I've got a bit of paint, and because it's 2K paint, I've been able to touch up all the little bits, the little sinkages. And what will happen when it's all dried, I'll basically wet flat it all out, polish it all up, and it should be job done. So that'll save me from having to paint any bits again, hopefully. That's if I've got them all.